Hi, this is Sandeep Jali, Jas Sara, and Manos Brilakis, presenting case 189 for the Manual of Percutaneous Coronary Interventions. This is a case that shows some of the challenges associated with treating thrombus in the left main. The patient had previous bypass with a single bypass vein graft to the right and aortic valve replacement for severe aortic stenosis and presented with non-ST elevation, myocardial infarction, and hypotension. Angiography showed significant disease in the left main, LAD, and the circumflex, but right heart catheterization showed hemodynamics that were okay with a wedge of 13 and an index of 2.3. EF was 25%. The patient was considered for PCI or bypass, but he was turned down for bypass, given that this would have been his second cardiac surgery, and was referred for complex PCI. This is a coronary angiogram. And what is immediately obvious is the presence of a filling defect in the distal left main that extends mainly into the LAD, but also partially into the ramus as well as the circumflex. We also have a saphenous vein graft that goes to the PDA, which is patent. The patient did have significant peripheral arterial disease with calcium in both femoral arteries, and his hemodynamics on right heart catheterization, which is essential when doing PCI in such patients, were pretty good with a wedge of 11 and an index of 2.5. Therefore, we decided to not use prophylactic mechanical circulatory support. What we decided to do is to place a wire in all three vessels, given that this is a significant bifurcation with a large ramus, large circumflex, as well as a large LAD, which was done with workhorse wires except for the LAD that had the largest thrombus burden. We actually placed a filter there, a spider filter, to capture any potential debris or thrombus that could be liberated when treating that lesion. And after doing this, we did multiple passes with the Penumbra Cat Rx catheter. This is the catheter we typically use for STEMIs and for thrombus removal. It has a pump that helps maintain a negative suction and remove thrombi. And we actually did retrieve a large thrombus, which suggests that the lesion was at least in part thrombotic. After doing that, there is still a filling defect into the LAD, although flow is still maintained into the LAD, and the circumflex and the ramus seem to be less affected. However, we did optical coherence tomography to confirm, and actually, although the proximal circumflex was okay, the mid-circumflex had a significant thrombotic lesion. Therefore, we decided to stent that. We placed a 3.5 drug-eluting stent into the mid-circumflex, and this provided a good result in the circumflex. And then we decided to use provisional stenting for the trifurcation. Specifically, we placed a 3.5 DES from the left main into the LAD, jailing the ramus as well as the circumflex. We thought it was unlikely to lose those because of the lack of significant disease as the ostium, although we did have concerns about embolization. After doing that, we did have, fortunately, flow in those vessels, although there was slow flow into the LAD. So we gave with a microcatheter, nicardipine and cangrelor intracoronary. And in the end, we did have a nice result with TIMI flow in the LAD circumflex ramus. Multiple lessons from this case. The first one is that when there is a filling defect, this could be thrombus, but can also be calcium. In our case, there was calcification on angiography and on OCT. However, the lesion appeared to be mainly thrombotic, and we did retrieve a large thrombus from the left main. When treating large thrombus like this, the Penumbra system can be used for aspiration, and it was successful in retrieving thrombus in this case, although there was still some residual thrombus into the LAD. Also, one can use an embolic protection device, a filter, a spider filter was used in our case, to capture any thrombi that might be released during PCI. And then finally, if there is slow flow or no reflow, after doing PCI, then vasodilators as well as antiplatelet agents such as cangrelor or 2B3 inhibitors can be used to help minimize more thrombus formation, but also to improve the flow into the affected vessels. Thank you.